A couple of weeks before I started this video, my old friend Michael made an appearance on the Sequel Quest podcast, where they pitched ideas for the DCEU. A lovely group of pitches, by a lovely group of guys, plus my old friend Michael. You should go listen to that episode. It's really good. Go listen to it and then hold my beer. They say that competition breeds excellence. I think that's true. But let's be honest here. It was only a matter of time before I aimed my content at this sort of thing. Before I present the first DC Film Showcase character, whose casting will be voted upon my Instagram story, here are a few fan castings for my story that I felt so passionately about, I didn't want to put them to a vote. Maybe by seeing these you'll get a good idea of the vibe I'm shooting for with this story. Just because I'm a lifelong DC Comics fan, that in no way means I think everything they've done is perfect. As a matter of fact, they've left a bad taste in my mouth since nearly the beginning in a certain regard. Even before they hired, fired, and then rehired Rob Liefeld. And long before they did this to Lobo. And believe me, I really wanted someone to get fragged over that one. I certainly count these as sins, character assassinations and such. But I've been able to forgive. To see where I'm coming from, and where I'm going with this, you need to ask yourself one simple question. Have I ever really read or seen any really good Lois Lane stories? For me, the answer is nope. I mean, they get her great in the animated stuff, which is both a blessing and a curse. For far too long, too many times to count, she's been regulated to a damsel in distress. And because of that, she comes off as Kal-El's pet. Whereas when she's written correctly, to her full potential, she could be the doorway to Superman's humanity. Resourceful, driven, and kind. She's going to uncover a conspiracy that even Batman hasn't pieced together yet. And so in terms of the first chapter of my all-encompassing DC story, Lois Lane is the most important person walking the planet. Obviously, I only looked at actresses I thought could portray these qualities. Someone who could endear themselves to an audience of nerds like us. But someone who hasn't portrayed an abundance of iconic roles. So who are your two choices for Lois Lane? I thought you would never ask. First is an actress who's been working since 1999 and has stepped into multiple genres, both on TV and in films. Movies like Cloverfield and The Disaster Artist. TV shows like True Blood, as well as Freaks and Geeks. For anyone like me who's turned off when someone has True Blood written on their resume, keep in mind, she's recently stepped into a role iconically occupied by Kathy Bates. If you ask me, that takes incredible belief from creative and the casting directors of Castle Rock. In case you haven't figured it out yet, I'm talking about Lizzy Caplan. The second and perhaps more famous of the two has worked in dramatic roles quite a bit, but she was also set to be a large part of a certain superhero franchise, before low box office numbers and a certain mouse put a stop to it. She's also been a part of the beloved Star Wars universe, and I think she did a phenomenal job there. Felicity Jones is my number 2 pick. Yeah, I know she's English, but I'm sure she could do an American accent. Henry Cavill does, and it's perfect. So I don't know, you tell me, what do you think? Which of these two get your vote to play Lois Lane?